Hi there, guys. I'm back with another video, and today I have a special guest with me. It is my son, Bryson.
I
Say
like
hi.
chameleons.
Yeah, he likes chameleons. And today we are going to do a movie review on A Wrinkle in Time. And you're going to
Yeah.
hear some background noise from my other son, and you're also going to be hearing from my daughter, who does not want to appear on camera, but she will be giving her input as far as the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did go see the movie last night. Now, let me just preface this by saying that my husband and I went to go see Black Panther. Okay, but our movie didn't start until about 45 minutes after theirs started. So we all just went into their movies. We paid for them, so don't get it twisted. We did pay for them because we live in a city where the tickets are very cheap. So we were able to purchase tickets for both movies, and we just waited until it was time for our movie to start. So,
Yeah.
um, in the beginning
Yeah.
of the movie, I noticed that it was, and let me just say this also. I know that there's a book, right? There's a
Yeah,
book.
they're the book.
Okay, no,
There-
you haven't read the book yet.
No, but there's different versions of the book. Like, they made a book based on the movie, so they changed it was like the same book, but like they purposed it from the movie. Like
Oh,
they got like the book cover was about the movie, and they got like the directors of the movie.
right. But
Yeah.
you haven't read the book.
Yeah, but I think I should too, because I could compare it to the movie
Right.
and see if it's probably better. I mean, it's
Well, I'm
probably
sure.
better.
Well, I'm gonna take a stab and say it is because unfortunately, this is not going to be a good review about the movie. Let me slide in a little bit. So basically, what I noticed was that everything was very random.
Yeah.
It was like
Characters are
saw-
popping up.
yeah, characters were popping up. It's like in the beginning of the movie, it's
Yeah.
like you saw the family together, it was like 4 years prior. And
Yeah.
let me just say this. Obviously, this is a review, so if you have not seen the movie yet, please,
Hashtag spoiler alert.
yeah, this is a spoiler alert. Thank you, Bryson. So, as far as in the beginning of the movie, it was just kind of like showing the dad with his family. And then it was basically like fast forward 4 years later, and the family was shown as being kind of disjointed,
With the father
missing.
dead or missing.
Right. Well, he was missing because, everyone said that he left. We didn't know where he went. We saw the little boy, the son, who was 6 years old, and he was the one who seemed to kind of know things. He was drawing some picture. Remember the picture he was drawing in the beginning?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was supposed to be a sign or a clue as to what happened, because like I said, I only saw about 35 minutes of the movie. But of course, my tweens, my 10 and 12-year-olds, they were able to stay in the other movie theater because we only have two watching or showing rooms at our little small town theater. So it was right next door. So they were left in there to watch the rest of the movie. But anyways, like I said, my
Mommy,
personal...
it needs to charge.
Okay, give it to Sydney. Thank you. Basically, the daughter, she was going through a lot of depression. It seemed like, she was, of course, obviously.
She was getting bullied at school.
She was getting bullied. And it was like, they just took little snippets. It just seemed like if they were following a formula from the, hold on one second. Ethan, go to the back. If they were following some type of a formula, it was like, or from the book, they took just random pages from the book and said, this is going to be in the movie, page 20 is going to be in the movie, page 100 is going to be in the movie. I mean, it was just so sporadic and just kind of bouncing around. So basically, in other words, you saw the family, but then you saw them without the dad, okay? You saw that the girl was being bullied at school. Then you saw, when they were back at home, this woman played by Reese Witherspoon, Miss Whatsit, came in their home, and it was just so random. It was just weird. It's like, who is this?
at the school, Charles Wallace came, and he was at a middle school, and even if there was separate elementary school and middle school, why was he so close and they never described it? or anything. They just like put him there, and the teachers or the principal were just discussing. They're just discussing it, and they saw him right there.
Yes.
I mean, it's either that they're blind or
exactly. And let me just say this: the acting was awful. I mean, it was like they were just saying their lines, like, or someone was holding up cue cards or something almost. It was just very, and so basically Charles Wallace, that was the son, the little boy. He was the one who seemed to know what was going on. Okay, this was about time travel, I guess, A Wrinkle in Time. It was about going into, because basically that was the father's work. His work was in science. They were both scientists, and he believed in time travel. Okay, and which his wife apparently did not support.
It wasn't really time travel. It was like
dimensional. Okay, so it was more dimension, so more space travel, like dimensionally. And but that was his theory. You know, he believed in that. But anyways, they never showed his work. I mean, like in the beginning, it would have been great if they could have incorporated, okay, these were his findings, and then had the little son be able to kind of interact with that, because if this was 4 years earlier, they could have shown him as a 2-year-old just kind of maybe seeing his dad disappear. But you see, they never showed the father disappearing. It was just basically they talked about it. They said, well, you know, dad's been gone, you know, for 4 years. It would have been great to see him maybe disappear. Maybe he was reading a formula or working on a project, and then maybe all of a sudden he just disappeared, and maybe he was holding a piece of paper and then he just disappeared, and then the paper kept, you know, floating slowly down to the floor. Maybe his son saw that and remembered that, and then was able to maybe continue on the work in some way, or maybe have visions of
dreams,
or dreams, something.
Go ahead. Later on in the movie, they showed him and going through the I'm pretty sure it was like a testament or something like that. But anyways, during the middle of the movie, closer to the end of the movie, they showed the father. They showed the father, and they showed the story that should have been shown in the beginning, and it was like scrambled up. So they like put all the interesting facts about the bully who was bullying Meg, Veronica. They showed how she had like
low self-esteem,
and how she was like scared of her weight, and she was like measuring it, but they didn't show that in the beginning of the movie. They showed it after. Well, they showed it in the middle.
They showed, you see, but by then it's too late, because you need to clue in your audience in the beginning. You need to reel us in, to hook us, you know, to live, you know, leave little loose, cliffhangers, you know, to just show us and just kind of be like, this is a little snippet of what is to come, you know, because like I said, they did not tie it in. They did not tie it in well. It was basically like the little boy he was like, you know, like when Reese Witherspoon, her character, like I said, Miss Whatsit, came to their home. It was raining outside. It was middle of the night. And he was like, oh, I knew that it would be you, or I knew that you would be here. And it was like, how? You see, they should have had him maybe having visions or dreams, like we mentioned earlier, something that would lead up to that point in time, so that once we did see it, we'd be like, oh, that's the woman that he dreamed about, that he's been dreaming about all this time. And that's the house, you know, because when they were walking around the neighborhood, the sister was walking the dog, and then, you know, they were both together, Charles Wallace, and what was the girl's name again? Meg. They were, you know, and then it was like they saw this house, this random looking weird house, abandoned house, and, you know, but that was after the friend from school was like, oh, something just told me to
call me here. Like Calvin, there was a boy Calvin who lived like way further than they lived, and it just happened. They said that something called him there, an exact place, exact coordinates. Right. That doesn't happen.
It was just so random. It was like, did they see each other at school that day before?
Yeah, like they never even talked about anything about Calvin. He just probably,
hey, I'm supposed to be here. Okay, Sydney, you want to say something?
Yes. So anyways, Miss Who.
Talk loud so they can.
Okay, so anyways, Miss Who, she with the lady in the abandoned house, and Meg told Charles Wallace not to go in the house because it was abandoned and it was about to break down. She said, if you go in there, the house will probably collapse on you. And Miss Who was just sitting there reading a book, and then she was like, come closer, Calvin. And she told Meg to come closer, which was really weird. And Meg was like, okay, Charles Wallace, how do you know these people?
Well, and stand right here. So, I mean, nobody can see you sitting, but I can hear you. But I just want to make sure that everybody can hear what you said. Hopefully you heard what she said. But yeah, absolutely. It was just like the fact that, you know, this abandoned house. And then when they got in there, I mean, apparently, like I said, we have not read the book. So if this was based on the characters like Miss Who was just quoting all these different people, you know,
like Shakespeare and Buddha.
Yeah, all of these different people, just, you know, she would just give you little quotes, and then she would say the author or the person who wrote it or whatever, and that's all she would say. And it was just so random. It was like, this is just disjointed. It's like Charles Wallace, he should have been maybe dreaming about these people. We should have had some clues leading up to their presence in this material world. And then what'd you say, Sydney?
The trailer made more sense than the actual movie. Like, there's like so many cliffhangers. Like, when I saw the trailer, I was like, ooh, this seems like a really good movie. But when I saw it, there's like a bunch of cliffhangers and like untold like parts and scenes.
Absolutely.
The movie. Like, it made no sense. It was random.
I totally agree.
Oriented.
Yeah, the trailer was really good. I mean, of course, I mean, that's how they bring you into it, but you have to live up to the hype, obviously. I mean, and it just did not. It did not live up to the hype at all. It was, like I said, random, disjointed. Okay, I'm back. Unfortunately, I had some technical difficulties earlier, and so my son and daughter are no longer a part of the video at this point. But I guess I just wanted to wrap up what we were saying earlier by just pointing out that this movie, A Wrinkle in Time, unfortunately did not tell a full, complete story, in my opinion. It was not cohesive. It was not easy to follow. It was random. And I guess I was expecting it to be more along the lines of The Wizard of Oz mixed in with a little never-ending story. You know, I mean, I was born in the 70s, so I grew up with those shows, those movies. But like the never-ending story, where it was, you know, about land, Fantasia. I mean, I was expecting it to be similar to that just based on the trailer, but, you know, unfortunately, that is not at all what it was. Of course, you know, as I have said in my other videos, I understand that right now we are facing a lot of esoteric and hidden messages in movies, subliminal messages. And, you know, Oprah's character was Miss Witch, spelled W-H-I-C-H. But of course, that is a take on witchcraft, W-I-T-C-H. And the fact that it was all about this new age philosophy of the universe, you know, just the universe and interdimensional contacts and being able to go into different dimensions, which is the spirit realm, and talking about light and darkness, and we are all one and coming together as one. I mean, so definitely the New World Order agenda, New Age religion of just the one world religion, sort of like the Tower of Babel coming together as one. That was really resonating in the theme of this movie. And even still, you know, because my kids, they know how to discern. They do know how to discern, and they understand hidden messages in movies and things like that. But at the end of the day, we wanted to see a movie that was watchable, that was good, that was easy to follow, that had, you know, some great special effects that were um, used in an effective way, I guess, effectively used and used with purpose and meaningful, um, you know. But unfortunately, like I said, my kids, they watched the rest of the movie. They felt the same way. They just said that nothing was cohesive. Nothing was just kind of. It was basically, just imagine a storyboard where the things in the beginning should have been maybe in the middle. The things in the middle should have been at the beginning. They should have, I think, clued the audience in a lot more, giving us more lead up to some of the events that actually occurred in the beginning, to just kind of hold our attention instead of just being the slow, drawn out, random, you know, you're here, you're there. It was not well executed. Okay, so once again, if you have not seen the movie, I would probably say just to wait until it comes out, just on, you know, television. um, if you want to pay pay-per-view, I don't know, DVD. But I did not, unfortunately, think that it was worth going to go see. And that is our review for A Wrinkle in Time. So that will do it for this video. And again, if you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share. Until the next time, you take care. Bye.